Hi everyone, I thought let's do a quick video about the Cosmic Challenge. This is actually the team that I use for it. Now there are different setups and scenarios that a lot of people have been using, but I just thought I'd put up what I think is a decent setup for many different scenarios. It's by far the hardest thing I've ever had to do on the game. I mean, I've not done Realm or finished Road yet. I've gone chapter 4 on Road, but to date this is by far the hardest thing I've ever had to do in the game, and I've been playing for nearly 2 years, and I can finally get the internet to work. But it's basically, there's for a lot of I'd say for Gamora, Ronan and Star-Lord, they're fairly, they're not majorly difficult. Gamora, I mean obviously you can use Scarlet Witch or Magic. They're probably the best two champions that you can take for many of the fights. I mean Gamora, one good champion is actually Magneto, because when his Magnetize kicks in, it reduced the power gain. Now it is Spite. That is one bastard of a node. That's the one that's given people a lot of problems. I have heard that a lot of people, they've actually taken dexterity off the masteries. I think for some reason that reduces the power gain. But later on it was just ridiculous what you had to do. So I mean Gamora, I just used Scarlet Witch because Magic was in AQ. Ronan, his first and second specials quite easy to evade. I actually used Black Panther, so if you've got any decent bleed champ, use them. Groot was the second hardest person to fight. I think, looking back at it, I think at first I thought it was Rocket, but looking back at it, it was actually Groot, because he got his second and third special up on me quite a few times. So definitely use a Mystic, and if you need Mystic Dispersion in your masteries at rank 3 or rank 4 ideally, because if you have that definitely helps. Star-Lord, not majorly. I mean I cocked up a few times, made some silly mistakes and he caught me, but generally his first special was baited a lot of times. Now Rocket, he's probably the one a lot of people are having problems with, because later on actually it wasn't too difficult, because at the last line, which is this one, there we go, defender is more likely to activate special 2 attacks. Now with Rocket, I've actually got it perfected down how to evade. Obviously he tries to kick you and then he throws the grenade. Basically you hear a click and then you hear like a whoosh sound of him throwing it. As soon as you hear the whoosh, then just swipe back, or when you see the grenade halfway across the screen, just swipe back and you'll evade it every single time. Now that line is actually probably the easiest one really, because a lot of them did the special too, bar Groot obviously, because that's the unblockable stomp and then the stupid regen. But obviously if you have a Mystic champ, then obviously that's gonna, I think it does nullify it, I think. Yeah, obviously there's heal block on it, so if you've got any regen champs, that's basically, you're really going to struggle at some points. But I mean generally as a whole it was Groot. I think Groot was harder than the Endrax. Now the Endrax, his first and second specials were quite easily baitable, as they always have been, and it takes around about 200 hits, maybe more depending on what your champs are. But some people have asked me how much I used. I did have a massive store of revives and health potions, which I was going to use for Act 5, but I saw that there was a tier 4 basic available for this, so I went for it. I think I must have used about 20 or more, 20% revives that I had, maybe about 40% revives. I used a couple of team 40% revives. I used all the health potions that I had, and I used some of the ones that we got gifted as well. and on top of that I probably spent about 80 units on 240% revives. Now there's people in my alliance that have done it as well, and they found it hard like I have, but they've done it. They've spent, they didn't have as many storage as I have. So I've been storing them for quite a while, and they've spent about 500 to 600 units. So you definitely need a good store of units, but overall, for what you're doing, with it being just one quest, it's a lot quicker than doing like 5 to get the rewards. The rewards for it are ridiculous. Even just the main walkthrough, you get a lot of 4-star shards. I don't know if it was actually nearly... How many 4-star shards were there? Was it? I think it might have been nearly enough for 2 4-star crystals overall. It might have been. It was nearly 2 4-stars, I think it was. But definitely give it a go, because obviously there's different scenarios for different champs. I mean, there's loads of combinations you can use really, but it's whatever's best for your playstyle. I mean, you want Magic or Scarlet Witch are your 2 main ones. I did the first run walkthrough with Magic. I beat Gamora, Ronan, Groot and Star-Lord with just Magic on the main walkthrough, and then I used Black Panther against Rocket because his bleed got him down a lot, and then Drax again just used Magic. I used Magic, and then I think I died after 150 hits, and then Black Panther just to finish off Drax. So, but as I say, within the setup that I've got, it's like a mini mutant crit team as well. So you've got that added in, but if you've got Black Panther, Elektra possibly, I don't know, maybe as a decent bleed champ. I mean, Ultron, he's a good regen and he's good bleed now as well, to be honest. Obviously you got Wolverine or X-23, so I've gone rank 5 on my main Wolverine. Try to think of what else would be useful for you, because it is mostly Mystics or a good bleed champ that you need. And then if you're confident enough, so just use a crit team. So I mean, you can use Cyclops, Magneto and Storm. They're a good mix up for crit team. Or Wolverine, Storm and Magneto. That's really good. But just try something like that. Do the first initial run through first. And if you've got the confidence and you have the revives, which you're definitely going to need, or you've got the units, I would definitely recommend giving it a go. So this is just a video of my personal experience and preference. I've told people about it, and some have found it useful, some haven't, obviously depending on the champs they have, that type of thing. So, but if you have similar champs to me, give it a go. Let me know if you try it and what you think, or if there's anything that could be better, and I might give it a run again myself, and I might do a video. I'm tempted to do one about Rocket, about evading his special too, because a few people do struggle with it. So if I can get the time to do that, I'll do that as well, and I'll be posting more videos soon.